Okay, so this thing is really cool looking, but unfortunately the tape mechanism seems to be DOA. The radio sounds great. A little bit louder on the left than it is on the right. So we're going to go ahead and unscrew this bad boy. And these screw heads are deep down in the unit. They're really on the rear of the faceplate. So it's kind of a tough reach, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get down here and we'll get this taken apart. And once we get it taken apart, hopefully it'll be obvious. If it's a belt or something simple, it's really at my pay grade. If not, we may have to call it a day. So front panel comes off easily here, as you can see. And inside, this fantastic and amazing and very unique mechanism. Here are the speakers, Sharp speakers. It's filthy inside. It's frustrating because I spent probably a good hour, cleaning the outside. And then you get inside and you see, it looks like gerbils have been living in here. But a very smart layout. Toshiba chip there. Toshiba IC. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, filthy. But before I waste time cleaning this anymore, by the way, check out the tuning string. That's really cool. It goes all the way around the front and all the way around the back. But before I waste any more time cleaning, I really want to take a look at this mechanism. Check out how long those spindles are. 2 heads there. Both of them are stereo. So it's a 2 tape mechanism, but instead of being left to right, they're stacked on top of each other. There's the motor as well. And I think it's an interesting piece of engineering, and that's why I picked it up for $5. It's worth a look. So anyway, if you place a tape over those spindles down there to the rear position, there's just nothing at all. So I'm replicating the fact that it doesn't work, and which is a major bummer. I don't see anything obvious wrong with it at this point. The biggest thing is going to be the belts. However, the more I played around with it, I was able to realize that it's beyond that level, because as I felt the rear of the device, of the mechanism itself, I felt, and the belt was back there. Amazingly, it's only one belt, but it was intact. It was in good, condition, relatively. Maybe a tad bit loose, but yeah. So the next step was checking for voltage at the motor and various other points on the printed circuit board, and I came up completely dead. So I'm thinking either the motor is dead or it could have an even deeper problem at this point, which is really disappointing because this now, escalates to another level. And I'm thinking at this point, I'm probably going to cash in on my return policy on this guy and just cut my losses. If anything, we get an interesting show out of it, right? We get an interesting look at a unique mechanism, this twin cam cassette player from Sharp. And again, there's just nothing. I tried it several times, multiple tapes, and it just doesn't want to behave, unfortunately. So, man, it's cool. It would have been a unique thing. And again, the sound quality was great, but at some point you got to realize it's above my pay grade. And I'm not like an electrician by any means. My dad was by trade, but I have very rudimentary knowledge when it comes to what's under the hood. I can replace belts. I could probably solder on new caps, but that's about it. So, with sadness and regret, let's go ahead and package this back up, and it's going to go back to the thrift store, and we'll use that store credit to invest in something else. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Happy record hunting. We will see you later, because we got one more show coming up today.